Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, thank you so much. We have crossed 1300 followers, and that's big. I have not made a YouTube video in a very long time. I think the last one that I made was back in September. But I want to consciously get back to this primarily because I've seen one of the videos performing so well. Okay, it has crossed 28,000 views, and people still reach out to me every other day on Instagram or LinkedIn or on my mail and ask me about either what is ISB or how they need my help with an MBA application, or just questions about their profile and how they proceed in their career. And I hope to make a few more videos of that sort that help you progress in your career or in your educational path. Coming to the topic of this video, okay, so I thought why not get back to making videos again with an ISB video, because I think most of the videos that work for me are the ISB ones. But anyway, um, so ISB's round 1 application deadline is approaching, okay, and I thought a good way to begin again to help out the people right now who are applying or thinking of applying is to make a short 5 to 10-minute video and put in all the information, basic information that you need before you take the decision of application, or before you consider whether this is the right place for me or not, or whether I want to move ahead applying this year or not. So here we go. Let's start with what ISB is, okay? Because a lot of times people don't know what I'm talking about, and it's very presumptuous to think that everyone would know. So ISB stands for Indian School of Business. It is the school that I graduated from with a postgraduate degree in management, and it is one of the finest B schools, that is business schools in India. It has been ranked number 1 in the Financial Times ranking and number 5 in Asia. But there are a few things that you must know, okay, about the school and about the program. Unlike other MBA courses in India, this is a 1-year residential program, okay. So the usual format in India is you have a 2-year course once you're done with your first year, which by the way you spend with your seniors who are in second year, and once you're done with that you have your summer internship time, and then you move on to your second year, you go for your placements, or you have a PPI or a PPO, that stands for a pre-placement interview or pre-placement offer, and then you move on to your job after your second year. But here what happens is it's a 1-year program, so you're not spending time with your seniors or juniors on campus. In fact, there's no concept about seniors or juniors. Everyone who's passed out is an alum, okay, an alumnus or an alumna. And then there's an incoming batch which is going to join. This 1-year program also does not offer you or does not award you with a master's in business administration degree. It offers you with a PGP in management degree, okay. But it is equivalent to an MBA. Why I wanted to specify this is because a lot of people base their decisions on whether you're getting an MBA or not, okay. What actually matters is not what is written on your degree, but what the entire course is offering you as an individual, how it is transforming you, how it is impacting you and helping you achieve your personal goals. And that ISB has proven to do incredibly well in the past for so many of its students, provided, of course, bear this in mind, provided the students or the candidates exactly know what they want out of the school. Okay, now coming to the entire structure of it. So of course it's a 1-year full-time program, but up until my batch, which we like to call the COVID batch because we were kicked out of campus with like a 2-day notice, because with the very irritating and unexpected arrival of COVID in India last year in March, everyone had to go home, and there was a lockdown that was going to be put into place. So that happened, but we got to spend nearly all of our designated time on campus. And up until now, with the class of 21 having almost finished their course and class of 2022 having begun their course, we know that there are changes in this entire model of operation. Obviously, it had to be brought about. It's a 52-week program, all right. Now, these 52 weeks earlier used to be residential, that is, you had to, staying on campus was mandatory. Whether or not you live in Hyderabad or Mohali, which are two different campuses of ISB, it didn't matter whether you were a resident of that city, you had to stay on campus. Now, how it has been broken down is 10 weeks. The first 10 weeks of your program are online, or it is virtual. Okay, this entire 10-week period is called the Digital Head Start module, that is DHM. After the 10 weeks are over, then you move on to campus in batches with full consideration of safety protocols, quarantine protocols, your vaccination status, etc. These things can obviously keep evolving with respect to COVID, so this is more fluid right now. But yes, that has been completely taken care of by the administration. And before even the 10-week DHM, right, the Digital Head Start model, you'll have a 1-week orientation week, which is customary at ISB. So orientation is something that happens at all these schools, but this O week used to be a very engaging, interacting and pace-setting event for every incoming class. So that 1 week was the only week that students spent with a large number of alums on campus who designed an entire week for them, along with academics, a little bit of academics and lot many activities for them to interact with each other, network, and also set pace for how life is going to be at ISB. How busy it's going to be, starting from 5 a.m. in the morning, ending at 1 a.m. in the night, or maybe not ending sometimes. So now that has been moved on into a virtual model, we held the first ever virtual orientation week. By we, I mean my batch. There are people who took responsibility for it, and it's not my credit to take. But the team worked at it along with ISB's administration, and it was wonderful actually, because it has become the norm to adopt virtual media and think about creative ways to help people network, leverage these channels, and bring their best to the table. So that was what was done, and that has what has been done by the next batch as well for the class of 2022. All right, now coming to I spoke about 2 campuses. Now, ISB goes with the philosophy of one school, 2 campuses. Okay, by that it means that there is no differentiation between the 2 campuses with respect to placement, with respect to opportunities, with respect to the quality of people who are joining in. Okay, the only difference between the 2 is Mohali was launched nearly a decade after the Hyderabad campus. So in its infrastructures, it's a little more modern, and the number of people, the intake is relatively about 300 people, usually lower than the one on Hyderabad. But that's about it. Otherwise, the experience that you'll have will be parallel. Now coming to the background. Okay, so many people ask me, can you look at my profile and tell me if I am a good enough fit? That is not usually possible to do, okay? And the primary reason is because of one unique thing that ISB offers. There is no bar at ISB. There is no specifically hard defined bar for you know what do you say, scores, percentile, or your educational background, or the extent of your work experience. No. No matter what educational background you are from, no matter what industry you work in right now, no matter how you want to switch your industries, and what kind of social interests you have, uh, everything is accommodated. The good part is that the application is viewed holistically. Okay, so it's not going to be judged by this is the GMAT cutoff. There are no GMAT GRE cutoffs here. There is an average and a median, and it is safer to play around those, to aim for those. But you can never say that, if you don't hit that, you won't get it. That is not the norm. People who cross those and have scored high in their exams have also not made it, and that may not be because of some sort of incapability, but more because of either a lack in the kind of communication through their essays, or maybe for not being a fit. There could be multiple reasons. Okay, so there is no background bar. Let's just make that clear. Coming to the admission process. Okay, so the round 1 deadline is on 12th of September 2021. Now this deadline is for all people who are going to apply to the normal application process. There are 3 ways that you can apply to at ISB for the PGP management program. One is the normal application process. I'm just going to call it normal because there are two other ones which have a name and this one doesn't. Then there's an early entry option. Okay, this is for people who have a little less than 2 years of work experience but are still working, but think they are still a fit to apply and they may get in. What will happen with you is you're going to apply with the normal batch. If you do get in, if they see that kind of potential in you, then you will be given an admit, but for the year wherein you will have actually completed your 2 years of work experience, that is 24 months of work experience. The third way to apply is through the YLP. Okay, that is the Young Leaders Program. Now this is the unique program designed for college students in India. So if you're a 3rd year or a 4th year student, or maybe even a 2nd year student, if you're a college student and you want to apply or secure your place in a future batch at ISB, there is a slightly different procedure. It is broken down into multiple parts. So let's talk about these two, because the early entry option or EEO and the normal PGP entry application process are the same. It's just the admit year that will be different, but YLP process is slightly different. So for this year, YLP stage 1, okay, there are 4 stages. Stage 1 is already over. That was back in March. Stage 2 deadline is August 31st. I am ready actually with my notes. I don't do these videos with my notes. In stage 1, there is an application form. There is one essay that you need to write, and then there is your application fees. If and when you move to stage 2, then you have to produce your GMAT or GRE score. You have to produce your second essay, and then your one evaluation or recommendation will go ahead. Okay, your post your evaluation of the second stage submission, you may or may not get an interview invite, which for this year the time range for the invites is between August 31st to 5th of November. And if you do get in, then you will get your results by the 10th of November 2021. Alright, so these are the 4 stages for YLP. For the normal or EEO process, it's much simpler than this. Okay, round 1 is on 12th of September. In the first round, there are 3 rounds now. Okay, what is round 1, round 2, round 3? Let me just talk a little bit about that. Round 1 is when you're applying between September to October, and then there's a round 2 which they have accommodated in December, Jan, and then there's a round 3 which is in Feb or March. Alright, so you can apply in any of these cycles. If you're not feeling ready in September, you can maybe choose to apply in January. That is what round 1, round 2, round 3 are. There is no evidence, and the school does not claim that the chances of you getting the admission decrease when you apply in round 2 or round 3. No, that is not true. However, the school does admit that if you apply in round 1, the chances of securing a scholarship is definitely higher. Okay. Coming to the round 1, okay, a bird came on my window and went away. Okay, so in round 1, you'll have to do all of these things that I stated with respect to the YLP application, right? So you will have to pay your application fee. There'll be a 10-stage application form, okay, which will need you to fill in a lot of information, for which you'll have to earmark time to do research and write it in the best possible manner. And you'll have to produce your GMAT or GRE scores. And lastly and most importantly, your 2 essays. All of these have to be submitted. If you move forward, you will get to know about your interview invite. If you don't, you will get to know that as well, because the dates are mentioned. And then finally on the 10th of November, right? Yeah, that's when your results will come out. So that's the long story short. Just to end the video with what actually life at ISB is about in 1 year. It is extremely fast-paced, tiring, overwhelming, because that was what it was like for me and for so many other people. And I have been a very extremely active person, okay? I like to be engaged in multiple things. I like to have my, legs running everywhere. Sometimes that may not be great, but let me just give you a glimpse. So you will continuously throughout the 52 weeks be engaged with academics. All right. Academics meaning at least 4 hours of learning for 4 days every week. That is Monday to Thursday, and Friday to Sunday are holidays, which are actually not holidays, because the weekends were the busiest, because you are flooded with assignments or quizzes or group study projects, or even exams. And exams happen every 2 weeks, because the term will start, then you have to quiz every week, and then on the 3rd week you will have a midterm exam, and then there will be an end term exam. A term comprises of 5 weeks. So it's very fast paced, and you need to be able to grasp things and move ahead, work with people, collaborate, and do things well. On the other fronts, there are multiple events that take place. A few of those marquee events are ILS, that is the Leadership Summit, ISL, that is the ISB Super League, which is a sports league, which again last happened at its full scale with all alums involved in our year. There's Bandhan, which is a social event for the less privileged children in and around the cities where the colleges are situated. There's Solstice, which is the annual alum extravaganza, which is usually a 3-day event. There's Advaita, which is a B-School competition organized by ISB, and there are many more of this sort. Apart from that, there are clubs. There are social clubs, for example, music, art, dance, theatre, quiz club, comedy club, etc. And then you have professional clubs, that is retail and e-commerce club, or venture capital club. You have the operations, manufacturing club, marketing club, etc. All of these clubs have a core committee, a working entire committee that work all year round to come up with activities to enhance learning during your 1-year stay. These clubs also hold events, and that's actually a good learning experience to be part of one of these at least. There are avenues for sports and for creative arts on both campuses, and it is a pretty full life you lead if you know how to organize your time, what are the goals that you're coming with, and what do you want to take away from the school. So if you're applying to ISB and you need any help with your application, please drop me a mail at bhavanatime@gmail.com. You will find the email address below in the description. And please use the subject ISB queries, and I will be getting in touch with you on mail. If you're still applying without anybody's help, I wish you all the very best. Do your research well, and I hope everything goes well for you. See you next time.